Every 4 years, half the country is upset and half the country is happy. We have a new president, but it's also an old president. That is, Donald Trump was reelected as of now, 277 electoral votes. And and right now it looks like he's projected to win the popular vote, which hasn't happened, I don't think, for a Republican in forever.
A long time.
Well, we're still waiting, right, for states at 277 doesn't add up to all of them, right?
No, but that's the 270 is the threshold.
Yeah.
And so
that could go way up into 300.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people today are very tired because either way,
gosh, it's late.
You probably stayed up.
Yeah.
Look what happened. Is this crazy? I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. And every citizen, I will fight for you, for your family, and your future. This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have.
Yeah, we really need to put the election and Super Bowl on a Saturday. Because I said, I am not staying up. No matter what, I'm not staying up. I don't want to be tired. And then they weren't calling the states of North Carolina and Georgia, Pennsylvania. I'm just sitting there the whole time like, well, maybe any minute now. 3 hours passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like every time you're like, okay, just going to watch for 5 more minutes. That's it. And then as soon as like 4.5, almost 5 minutes, it's like, and coming up, we have, and you're just like, no, I can't. Okay, fine. 5 more minutes.
And I know it's a big ratings night for them. I think it's
Yes.
part of it.
Well,
I
yes.
it is.
They see these numbers. I mean, and then the ones that aren't on TV, like AP News, they don't have a TV show.
Uh-huh.
They reported states like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours before the news networks.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be by
weird.
design.
It was weird. You see, when I was watching Fox, they would call it right away. And then if I had multiple TVs on, watching all of them just to see the reactions.
That's a good save.
How many TVs you
Good
got,
job.
bro?
Swear.
It was a good
I had to
save.
run into the bedroom.
You can just change the channel.
Just hit last.
Yeah.
No,
Or
because
you could do like
He
a
likes.
couple
I know
channels
he
at
likes
once.
to run.
Yeah,
but-
you can do the screen and screen. You
Yeah.
can do
Right.
4 at once.
yeah, but the audio, I don't know. I had to change my
fine.
service to
Okay,
YouTube
when you were
TV.
watching Fox, go ahead.
Audio.
And then
Yes.
I would go to the other one, and they were like, it was another hour before they called the state. So I'm like, is Fox taking a risk and just gonna go for it? I mean, could they be wrong? Because that would be horrendous. And then the other ones just looked like they were so behind. And then this earlier this morning, before any of them, the Associated Press reported it.
Hours before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do feel for them, especially some local affiliates, because that they're very used to doing their program, and then something like this comes along, and obviously they're going to be live, they're going to be covering it, the whole
stretching.
deal. And the filler is painful.
Yeah, I didn't watch the local.
Yeah. Some of it-
I did for a few minutes, and I'm like, first of all, who's that guy? There's one guy I've never seen before ever.
didn't-
Well, they
I
have
watched
all
it.
the experts coming in, who have never been on television
Yeah.
before. And they're like staring, and you could tell, and they're like, Bill, or whatever it is. Bill, we're talking. Oh.
You got to
and
turn
they-
around. The camera's behind you.
It's all local political science instructors from community colleges.
Yeah.
That's what.
100% what it was.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
I think
And I just thought, oh, God, I can't do this.
I will
can't
tell you
do
this.
it.
You know the guys, there's 3 of them on MSNBC, CNN, and Fox that I watched, that they touch the screen,
Yeah.
and it says, okay, last year, and they keep touching, they know every county. When did they sleep? They're still doing it the entire time.
I don't know.
Even this morning, I'm like, oh my gosh, the same person.
Mm-hmm.
And why do you look so good without taking a shower or anything?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in these BFE counties in Wisconsin, and they know every little detail
Yeah.
about it. I don't know how they get confused. Sometimes they do on air. They're like, all right, in 2016 it was this, and then the margin's different for 2020, but then 2024, oh wait, the Hispanic vote is there. And I'm like, what?
How do
What?
you know?
Did you,
What?
Did you hear that at one point, though, they started saying the reason why we haven't had the North Carolina votes in yet was because of Guilford County?
No, really?
Yes, they did. They
Of
reported
course.
on Fox. They said Guilford County is, because they were trying to compare, because the county was more blue in general, so they were trying to compare, and they could not make a decision or a projection or something there. So they mentioned Guilford County several times about the delay of North Carolina getting
Way
the
to go.
We're so famous.
Way to go, Guilford.
We got a shout out.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, my
that.
county's been red since September.
yeah. Well, you Randolph, right?
Randolph County, yeah.
I did scroll over the different things, and it's like
Yeah.
Randolph is like
They know right away.
85%.
Yeah.
They're like,
What's
yeah.
that? Blood red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Polls haven't even opened on election day.
I
Oh
think
my gosh! And then, just heading to the beach too.
Yeah.
Heading because we spent some time at the on the sea.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we saw legit a tour bus covered with Trump's naked body.
Oh, really?
And I wanted Ben to turn around and take a photo. And he was like, just burn it into your mind for the rest of your life that you saw that. I'm like, I couldn't get rid of it if I tried.
That's hilarious.
Incredible.
Full tour bus with like Trump's face on it and then like a body of a male model. And he's like, doing his fingers like that. And I thought, someone paid for that.
Yeah. Make America naked again.
And then parked it in their front yard on the way to the coast.
How much do you think something like that costs?
I don't know.
It ain't cheap.
I don't know.
Jason's
wrap
looking
up-
to get in a
I
vehicle
wonder, I
wrap.
wonder if you get a loan. I'm kidding.
And
naked.
then, I sent Matt is great. I sent him a text, said, hey, can you stop by and get a McGriddle for me? Because I'm really into this making America healthy again.
Yeah,
With RFK Jr.
He says right before he drops dead of a heart attack.
Thanks, Katie.
I mean, I hope you don't.
No, I don't know. I don't know if that's true if you think that. But
Depends on
Jason-
the day.
Yeah, I know. Jason was saying, Saturday, Super Bowl Saturday makes a lot more sense.
Oh,
It does.
yes.
Or,
Yeah.
or Monday being a
The
national
election
holiday.
would be so much better because then you could get some sleep the next day.
Do you know why the election is held on a Tuesday?
I do not.
Is it a history thing or something?
It is, because I didn't know either. You just think, like, do you pick a random day, and why are we picking Tuesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is because the farmers back in the day were the ones who were the working citizens, and they couldn't work like on the weekends. That'd be out, so they couldn't go
Yeah.
to vote on the weekends because that's huge for them. Typically, market was on church and market were on Wednesdays. Thursdays, there was something else, the beginning, or maybe the beginning of the weekend.
Can't do Sunday.
And they
There's
can't
too
do
many-
Sunday because
to the
church. Yep.
Yeah.
And so Tuesday was the day that the farmers were able to take the day off or a part of the day
That's
to go and
fascinating.
vote.
'Cause
And
most
they
of
were
the
the ones
country
who
were
were voting.
farmers.
Yep.
Yeah.
What can we change
Yep.
it?
I know. It's like
I know.
we're kind of past that point.
Mhm.
Although you do have 6 years of early voting, so
Yeah.
I mean, you really don't have an excuse at this point.
Not anymore.
People are walking in
No,
with no lines.
I'm not. Yeah, that's fine. I'm saying
But
that.
the results,
the results. So everybody wants instant gratification on these things, and they just get you.
Well, this is
Yeah.
what Chris Rock said about voting.
I think we need to renegotiate our relationship to the government. You know, like we need a whole new system. Okay, I mean, do we even need a president, or just figure out a new way to do the job? I mean, what job do you have for 4 years, no matter what? Just show me one job. Like if you hired a cook and he was making people vomit every day, do you sit there and go, well, he's got a 4-year deal.
Well,
He's got vomit for 4 more years. I mean, hey, we got to take this serious. We got to get out there. We got to vote. But they don't want us to vote. The government does not want you to vote. Why do I know they don't want you to vote? Because election day is a Tuesday in November. Why? Anybody here ever put something on a Tuesday in November? Does anybody get married on a Tuesday in November?
Nope.
Church ain't on a Tuesday. You know, if this show was Tuesday Night Live, it would have got canceled in 1975.
That's funny. All right, let's go. We have AML Jessica. AML Jessica, what do you want to say about the election?
I am actually really glad that Trump won. This was my first year voting. I've never actually voted ever before, but I honestly felt like this was one of the most important elections that the United States will probably ever have. Last time Trump was in office, I can actually remember being able to buy groceries. I could pay my rent, save money, and I feel like, he will push that again, and that's what I'm hoping for anyway.
All right, thank you
Here we
very much.
go. Now we're going to get into No, but I will say that I don't think prices are going to go down.
No.
They might slow down from going up.
I don't think they're going
Maybe
to.
gas, but reversing? Oh, my
Well,
God.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I guess we'll see. But
The stores are we're desensitized. If you think about it right now, we're like, oh, cool, $3 a gallon, awesome.
Right, that's cheap. That's
Wow.
cheap
The
gas.
gas might go down because gas is a whole different thing because of it's like not depending on the farm. But I don't think groceries and
food at
like
rest- no.
that. I don't think so.
if gas goes down, those things could go down because they're all shipped on trucks and
It's
different
not
things.
going to be overnight.
No,
though.
no,
I
no.
think that the thought is, immediately it's just
But
not.
I mean,
that's not going to happen.
I mean, gas kind of affects everything. 'Cause
I think gas could go down pretty quick though.
and that would make unless companies are just like, we're going to leave it here because people are buying it.
Because
Right.
they're paying it.
Right. I did see one of the stats that were coming out was that Trump, and it was surprising that he won first-time voters in large numbers when in 2020
Is that
Biden won first-time voters. It doesn't even matter their age,
Mhm.
just their first time voting.
Interesting.
And so they said that was a kind of a surprise this election that People voted. They voted. They've never voted before. This is their first time, and that's what happened.
I wonder, we don't still have her on the phone, do we?
No.
Oh, I was going to ask her if it was her first time voting because she just turned the age at which you're able to vote, or I guess maybe
well,
not.
she was talking about
Yeah.
She remembers being able to buy groceries. I don't think.
She sounded over 18.
Mhm.
Is it 18? Yeah, 18.
Yeah.
Oh, we do. We have former President Trump. He's called in many times. Well,
Wow.
President-elect Trump.
He's been awake for so many hours.
I know. My goodness. He gave a speech at 2 a.m. last night. Good morning.
Thank you so much for getting it correct. Yes, President-elect Donald Trump. It feels so good to be back for the first time ever in a house that I got out of. Normally I leave a house, I sell it, I flip it for a profit. I'm moving back into my old house, the White House. Hopefully it's not too redecorated. You know, I like things very meticulous, very particular. I'd like to congratulate the American people for getting out, voting for me. I know one person that's excited I'm back in office, and that is Matt. He gets to talk to me way more often now. I know he's excited about this.
Yeah, Matt. Yeah, he's our producer, and he's doing a lot of things behind the scenes. He's on the phone with your people, and so he can't ever be on the air at the same time.
He's on the phone right now, as a matter of fact. So
yeah,
bummer.
he's talking to one of your communication directors, and But at least he gets to talk to you.
He's talking to one of the millions of Americans that are beyond excited that I'm once again going to be president of the United States. Let me tell you, I'm very happy that overnight I was able to speak to the American people after networks like NBC called the election. I'm proud of them for calling it this early. Not as early as Fox News, however. They called it back in September 9th, and very happy they called it then. Just as I predicted it would happen. I am excited, however. I'm already thinking about my concepts of a plan. I know I've had concepts. Now I need to put those concepts into action.
Yeah.
And I'll be working with the people that are going to be around me. J.D. Vance. What a great guy, that J.D. Vance. I'm so happy that he'll get to be my vice president for 4 more years. After that, I'm thinking about talking to Joe Rogan about being a running mate. We'll see.
Wait.
I think there's term. I mean, we know there's term limits. You can't run
Can
again.
you be a vice president after a president?
You can be.
That would be interesting.
Has that ever happened?
No.
No.
But if the president died, then I don't know what they do then.
That's true.
Because then you can't be the president. I mean, I don't think. That's a weird.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Trust me, there's a lot of rules that come with this office that I still don't understand either, even though I've already been there for 4 years. Maybe I'll learn a few, maybe I won't, but I want to credit jumping onto a garbage truck, missing the handle completely of the door.
I saw that.
I want to credit dropping French fries at McDonald's and salting them ever so perfectly for my dominating win in this election. Those are 2 things that when they ask in the history books in 40 years what got him reelected, it was garbage trucks and salting French fries.
That actually might be true.
Make a T-shirt. I'm sure it'll sell.
Yeah, for real. And you want to, because both people worked really hard.
Yes.
Running an election. I mean,
yes.
They're talking about both candidates. Harris and Trump they're in 4 different states in one day, and they're talking and they're tired. It's 2 a.m. and it's all crazy.
And the 4 different. What were they both doing? I think 4 different stops on the end day. I thought, how do you even keep up with where you are at that point?
Where are you going?
You're exhausted.
Right. And all the crowds, you're in arenas, they all look the same, and you're like, my goodness. Do you have anything you want to say to your opponent, after?
I'm classy. I'm going to give her the credit where credit's due. She traveled a lot, chameleon.
God.
That's not her name.
Did such a good job traveling to all these battleground states. Unfortunately, it appears my visit's a little bit stronger, a little bit more impactful. Okay, I was able to make more claims with the Latino vote. They have a nickname for me, Amigo. They don't call anyone else that. They call me Amigo.
Just you, Amigo. Oh, okay.
Just me, I'm the Amigo. That's what they call me, Amigo. And I say, ¿Qué pasa?
Hey, Jason knows what that means.
It does. It's like, hey, what's up?
Hey.
See, Jason, good to see you wearing the MAGA hat, my mini MAGA. You're not mini me, you're mini MAGA. Good to see you this morning, my friend.
Don't pigeonhole him that way, President Trump.
He's very
Don't
independent.
do that.
He's unaffiliated.
I am independent, but I did vote for you.
But I do know that at a certain point last night, Kamalama Ding Dong was tired. She needed to go to sleep. She needed a night-night. I had IVs of Diet Coke and plenty of McDonald's, keeping me running, keeping me energized, the same way that I'm going to energize the economy, energize the jobs, and energize the White House when I get back into office after this election is over.
Well, President-elect Trump, what do you say to people like Katie or Josie who voted for someone else, for Harris?
Sure.
so it's confirmed now, Katie?
I already confirmed it. Do you not listen?
I didn't know for
I
sure.
know everyone on our show is technically unaffiliated, but we very predictable. But no, but like 4 years ago, the other half of the country were
You guys
very
were
upset.
very upset, sure.
So yeah. So you have anything to say to people like Katie and Josie and others?
Nana boo boo, you didn't get me this time.
Pretty much what I'd expect him to say. He probably will later on.
8 years ago, clearly it was a completely valid and legal election when I won. 4 years ago, so much controversy. Democrats had dead people voting. Have you ever seen this happen? Of course, they did vote for a ghost. Joe Biden was elected 4 years ago. A lot of crooked election things happening 4 years ago, but once again this year, totally legal. All votes counted properly.
Shocking.
No, everything above board, just like me and my career professionally.
I did mention that. I said it's so shocking. We haven't heard a single word about anything going wrong. Weird how that happens.
Yeah, that's a miracle.
Yeah, miracle.
It
Total
really is a
miracle.
All right, but so anything else you want to say before we let you go? I know you got to put a new cabinet together and all that stuff in the next few months.
As I work on my cabinet, Jason, I just want to say I know that you've had some tough times. You don't like calling them tough, but you've had some tough times in your personal life recently. If you like some distractions, I'd be happy to bring you into my cabinet. You can be the elect of flats, not wearing flats for women.
The czar.
We could possibly put you over blondes versus brunettes. I don't know. I'm looking into these clauses, these committees.
Yeah.
But I will say that if you're going through these tough times and you are looking for possibly a rebound, you're looking for a different popsicle, may I recommend the flavor of Porn Star? They taste a little like regret.
They taste like regret.
But they never come back to bite you. I will say this.
No, never.
No. Those porn stars are tight-lipped.
Oh, my gosh.
They don't say a
They
word.
don't say a word. No, they will never.
Wow.
Why would they? I don't know.
Wow.
All right. I guess we
I'm
will hear from.
impressed you called them tight-lipped. That's never been said about them before.
I wondered.
Oh, I know. As soon as I said it.
From the
As soon
Mormon.
as I said it, I mean, they're not going to be a snitch, but they always are.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll be hearing from you for the next 4 years.
Wow.
Okay. Can't wait.
Looking forward to it. To my favorite show, Jason. Have a mega day.
Thank you.
I like how when he's on the
Tastes like
phone.
regret.
That's gross. Jason goes, Hi, I'm unaffiliated, but I voted for you. You couldn't wait to get it out.
Well, I was.
I
But
did.
I will tell you, though, speaking about being tired, there's a speech that I've heard a clip of Trump.
Yeah.
And he just sounds so exhausted. He's like, I don't even know what hell I am or what time it is. That's what he said to the crowd.
Didn't he say something like, I could have come up here, yelled, "Make America Great Again" in 30 minutes and gone home and gone to
Yes,
sleep?
yes, that's exactly what he said.
And then he looked like he was performing fellatio on the mic at one point.
Oh my
That
God.
is true. That is true.
That's what
America!
America's going to be so great.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Katie, don't dump on the parade of half the country.
Don't you? I have my own opinions and my own
Yeah.
thoughts.
More-
and if
more
you
than
want to
half,
support
Jerry.
someone that looks like he's performing fellatio on a microphone, then go for it.
More than half.
If
Jerry.
that's who you want to be.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah. I wasn't even going to vote for him if he did that. And I was like,
I know.
I was one of those undecided voters. I don't know. They're so similar.
We're seeing who you really are.
Its
We
hand
get it.
motions are
Matt,
impressive.
Did you hear the call? I know you're on the phone with the communications director that Trump just
I
called
heard
him.
some of it. He's got so many people. I heard a little bit of the call.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll
He's got
play.
so many people that I have to talk to that they're like, make sure they don't cover these topics. And I'm like, but he's bringing
Oh,
them up,
yeah.
so I don't know
Yeah.
what to tell you.
He did mention you by name, which,
That's kinda
that was
cool.
nice.
Oh,
yeah.
because I've yet to talk to him.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
like-
Yeah, I normally talk to his people, and they're like,
Oh.
put this line through. And yeah.
Yeah.
maybe
Well,
one day.
Maybe.
We'll get you the audio.
We'll
in our-
see.
It'll be a podcast later.
Yeah.
All right. Did you know, Katie found this, code names for the first family?
Well, they're being released now that they don't matter. You know what I mean? Like you can't tell everybody what they are as it's happening, but we do have the code names, and I thought it would be kind of fun if well, I don't know if fun's the right word, pretend like we're all one big happy family, all of us. What would our code names be?
It's one name.
Just what? Well,
Because aren't these just all one?
No,
or does
no.
some have multiple?
we all have one name. Like you'll have your own, Jason has his own, I have my own, Matt has
But it's
his.
not like a phrase. It's just one name.
One name
Yeah.
assigned to each person that the Secret Service uses when they need to talk about you, but nobody else can know who they're talking about.
I got you.
So we'll tell you what former presidents, family members, what their names
It's
have
really
been.
interesting. Yeah.
So they release it after the fact?
After the fact.
Yeah.
Now we know. And then eventually, I'm assuming Trump's name will change.
The Trump family, they have to at this point.
have to change. And so we'll tell you what they are and then maybe come up with our own. That's next. All right. Any traffic updates? 800-682-1075. We do know, thanks to an alert listener, that 52 southbound is a bit of a mess this morning. 52 southbound backed up from before King to exit 129. A car went off the road and caused the guardrail to go out. So avoid 52 southbound from King to exit 129. Any other traffic updates? 800-682-1075. Your 1075 KZL forecast today. Chance for an isolated shower this afternoon with a high of 77. Starting your morning off with cloudy skies, 62 degrees now on 1075 KZL.